How often are we so disconnected from ourselves that the choices we're making and the decisions we're making and what we're reacting to or resisting is not the truth of who we are?
Welcome to the Unleash Your Ambition podcast. I'm your host, Stacie Walker, and the founder of Unleash Your Ambition. This is the #1 podcast designed to help driven entrepreneurs raise their standards, unleash their brilliance, and elevate their lives. It's time to say yes to yourself, speak your truth, be empowered, and build an amazing business and incredible lifestyle. And do it in a way that's aligned with your mission, your vision, and personality. Now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, ambitious one, and welcome to the Unleash Your Ambition podcast. Just in case this is your first time joining me, my name is Stacie Walker. Hello. I'm so excited you're hanging out with me and my featured co-host for a little while. So my featured co-host for today's episode is Kass Thomas, and we're having a conversation about striking that delicate balance of asserting yourself while heeding others. And also we go into reconnecting with yourself, tapping into your intuition, and activate who you truly are within. Kass, she is a successful business entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, an empowerment business coach, and it is her mission in life to strengthen the unity of choice and change. This is a good episode, so you can text me at 720-759-2349. You can say hi, ask a question, leave feedback about this episode, or even request a topic for a future episode. Again, that number is 720-759-2349. All right, grab your pen, your paper, and your favorite drink and get the most out of this episode. All right, Kass, can you share who you are, what you do, and how you help people?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Stacie. It's lovely to be here. Well, I am a life coach. I am a workshop director. I'm an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, an author, a wife, a woman. And what I do is I invite people to recognize what's different and unique about them and how that can actually be not only a gift to them and the way they communicate and interact with people, but also to the world. I do that through workshops and private sessions and my book, especially my latest book, Dancing with Riches. What are the riches of your life? What are the talents and abilities and capacities you have that you can engage with that would allow you to enjoy life and others to be inspired by the way you enjoy it?
I'm absolutely fascinated by you and thankful that you are here to activate something or many things in the people who are listening to this episode. Where do you want to start with this? I am so curious.
Well, it's, I loved it anyway to be here with you. And the tagline on the 7 Steps to Flawless Communication program is there's so much more that unites us than separates us. Not only with other people, but also with our past, with our present, and with our future. A lot of times, and this is something we have been talking about, Stacie, a lot of times, we feel like we need to follow a predetermined path, really inviting people to connect with themselves and really to activate their connection with the intuition that they are. And so that they can have ease with the change in this particular period now. But change is the only constant. So this is what I love to invite people to. You can really pave new paths and follow your intuition and go for what you know is in line with your vibration. And that is whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's a business, whether it is also something that you eat, it's just how can we be the invitation for people to know, and that no one does you better than you. When you're choosing your next move in life, your next passage, please, everyone, be connected with you. And any way that you do that is great. I've got lots of, ways to show you how to do that. But it might just be putting your hand on your heart. How often are we so disconnected from ourselves that the choices we're making and the decisions we're making and what we're reacting to or resisting is not the truth of who we are? So just connecting with your heart, and what heartbeat are you? That is the heartbeat of the planet, of Earth.
When it comes to our intuition, it's something, a skill or a gift or a combination of both that we all have. There comes a time in our lives when we're not taught to continue to connect with that, based off of, I guess I would say, programming, how we're conditioned to navigate this life. So it's like so it's like we unlearn how to tap into our intuition and trust that. But then there's a point that we need to relearn it in order to actually not only make the decisions that we know that are ours. In order to reconnect with your intuition, like we gotta break the cycle. Like it's like break out of a sleep, some type of slumber that we were in most of our lives. And then when we start unlearning the patterns, the thoughts and ideas that just really aren't serving who we truly are.
I had a gal I was coaching. She's great, doing great now. And she shared that when she was a child, she actually communicated with animals. And she was able to tell people, hey, don't you get what the doggy's barking about? This is what the doggy wants. This is what the cat wants. And she said, that was fine when I was 5 or 6. By the time I got to 9, my mother said to me, she said, don't say that. I'm going to have to take you to a psychologist or a psychiatrist if you keep sharing with people what the animals are communicating to you. So she stopped that. And when she was doing the workshops with me, she was in tears when she remembered. She had completely forgotten something as simple as that, that she was able to do. So how many things have we forgotten that were so obvious and clear to us because they were not desired by our parents or by the school or by the job, and we started diminishing, cutting off our arms so we could, we wouldn't be hanging out of the car too much, cutting off our legs so we could fit into people's, car. And then we diminish ourselves and like, are we okay now? Yeah, you're perfect now. How can we reclaim some of the capacities that we have not eliminated, right? Because we still have them. We just have blocked them out of our awareness. And that's what reactivating your intuition is about. And in the 7 steps program, that's step 2, talk to your body. And that's why I said to touch your heart. It's simple. It's a very simple way, but it's an easy way to get people to reconnect with them, because that you're in line with your vibration when you are connected with you. And what shows up in your life and who shows up in your life is also things that you see that maybe you weren't even able to see before because you put on the horsies wear, those little blinders that the horsies wear, so that they're not seeing actually the like I said, the global, the universal possibilities. And what do you choose? All those possibilities, all those choices, what do you choose? What is actually going to bring you more joy? What's going to actually make your life more full of ease, like the choices you're making in your life, which are just amazing.
Yes.
And what is actually going to be a contribution to others, not only to you, but to others. The greatest gift you can be is nurturing you, being kind to you, not disrespecting you, right? And that allows you to nurture others, be kind to others, and not disrespect others. So fill your cup up with water, let it overflow. And what you are gifting to others is always fresh and is always available and is always there. And you're nurtured as well. And I got to tell you, honey, when all my childhood and everything, I was just trying to give everything to everyone, and the moment I said, you know what, I need to connect with me and nurture me, in a changing period in my life, and choosing a different career, choosing a different marriage, choosing a different country to live in, And when I started nurturing me, do you know what everyone said to me? You're so kind to everyone else, Kass. I was like, wait a minute, all my life I've been trying to give to other people, right? The moment I was like, okay, let me take care of me and nurture me, everyone was recognizing the kindness. So that's the invitation. First, connect with you.
You're so right. Like if we have to fill our cups first in order to make contributions, and just think about like how much easier it is.
You know what they say, where we've hidden, where the key has been hidden by the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Shiva, in a place where we would never look. The greatest contribution that we can be for others is to receive ourselves. So if you're really willing to be present with yourself, you can't say, oh, I haven't been connected enough with my body or with my career or with something else. You've been connected with something. So it's a 360 degrees. So once you are connected with you, don't throw away whatever you've been doing in your life up until now, because you are going to do that life's journey, right? And continually keep winding up the stream so that you can have a flow in all different areas of your life.
Yes.
And especially if there's an area of your life that you're like, I'm not really interested in this area. That's probably where your genius is. I love to invite people to explore that, whatever the approach is. If they want to work, I don't really want to talk about me and get into me. Okay, let's do that. Let's do some dancing with riches. Let's look at, project development and business thing, and invite them to connect with themselves and through business and through a project. What is it? What's vital for you? What is it that brings you joy? Yeah. In your life. And so I've even done a little song with that, Dancing with Riches. It's
can we
I'll
hear it?
with you.
Oh, I'm like, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Dancing with riches, there is no better way. Dancing with riches each and every day. Dancing with riches, put your negative thoughts at bay. Dancing with riches, there's so much more to say. So, and then some people, oh, I'm not interested in business and projects. I just want to be, connected with my body. Okay, we could do that. That's something simple with the 7, steps. It's really just so easy. Connect with you. Recognize when you're disconnected with you. Reconnect with you and establish true connection. Different ways of approaching that, whether it's business, whether it's coaching, whatever it is that you like to do in life. That's great. Start from there.
I love your approach, because when you work with your clients and then also your 7 steps, it starts with them. It's not like what you're trying to shape them into being, because it just doesn't work that way. So you're helping them just start from where they are in whatever area that seems the most relevant to them. And it's actually going to impact any other area of their life and also the things that they're doing. So that makes total sense.
And it never shows up the way you think it's going
to. Exactly.
I've got 7 steps teachers around the world. There's a doctor in El Salvador who's like not only changed her business and she's got a clinic center, but she's also began growing trees with her husband. And so how's that contributing to nature and also the relationship with her husband, and having more time for herself. And she never expected that when she, was working on communication. So
wow.
Whatever the door that is there for you, that will, when you open it, you'll see so many more doors and possibilities.
Kass, I would love for you to share, like, where can people connect with you outside of the podcast?
KassThomas.com is my website, and on social media, The Art of Being Kass Thomas.
Kass, do you have like some type of resource? I know you have your books.
Dancing with Riches book, that's in English and Spanish and in French. And the 7, so please check it out. It's great. It's a how-to book. It talks about, your relationship with you, your body, other people, your money, business, and living your life with a purpose or living it purposefully. Those are the chapters. So it's really easy. And the Seven Steps book, which is really small and teeny, you can read it in 30 minutes. It's just an invitation for you to connect with you and communicate in a different way. 7 Steps to Flawless Communication. And that's in 20 languages.
I like to close out the episode like with final words of wisdom for the person that it has definitely been activated by this conversation, and they're really picking up what you're putting down and what I'm putting down, but they are just really struggling with figuring out what their path is in life, and they could be at any stage in their life journey, but they're feeling kind of stuck. What would you like to say to that person?
Well, I love to invite you to play with stuff, even write it down. If you're on your phone, you can even chat it down, and ask yourself, maybe today and tomorrow and a few times, what is vital to me in life? What is it that if it did not exist in my life, I really wouldn't enjoy living, not just the journey from being born, having a life and then, leaving, right? What is it that gives me joy of living? What is it that I don't remember that I didn't eat? Or, I wake up and I'm like, oh my goodness, let me do it. What is it that's vital to you? And it doesn't have to be something really significant and, intellectual. It could be laughter. It can be singing. It can be dancing. It can be the ocean. It can be the sea. But just putting those things out, lots of them, writing them down, gives you really, not only does writing them down give you joy because you're connecting with them energetically, but it also gets you connected with you in a different way, so that when you're choosing a relationship, when you're choosing work, when you're choosing even places to go, that's got to be a part of it, or if you're doing things that you're not enjoying, make sure that sometime you're putting you in your calendar, in your schedule of the day, even if it's for 5 minutes. And also, it's so easy for people to see what's unique and different about us, right? But just ask yourself, what is my unique brand of magic? What's different about me? What is it that I do that everyone else does, but I do it in a little slightly different way? And they're just ways to invite you to begin seeing what is on that path that you'd like to choose now. And you'll begin to notice how it's already there. And you can illuminate it when you're willing to acknowledge it and connect for it and ask, and you shall receive.
Imagine being able to transform the way you grow your coaching or consulting business without sacrificing your health, your sanity, or quality time with your loved ones. You can share your work in a way that feels good and is aligned with your mission, vision, and personality. And when you infuse this with a streamlined marketing and sales process that can do most of the heavy lifting, that's when consistent cash flow months become the new normal. If that's what you want to experience, but you don't know where to start, then the Six-Figure Foundation Workshop is the most authentic path to getting the results you want. Inside the Six-Figure Foundation Workshop, we'll work together for 4 weeks to create an effective marketing and sales process to enroll the best fit clients or customers into your offer. And if you don't have a compelling offer that actually sells, then I can help you with that too. For more details about the Six-Figure Foundation Workshop, go to unleashyourambition.com/workshop. Again, that is unleashyourambition.com/workshop.